your razor-thin majority, how did you hold it in order for all of these progressive to-do list items to get through passage?
Well, first, it's such a major piece of legislation. It's the most significant change for middle-class people, for poor people, people trying to get into the middle class in decades, in a very long time. And it has amazing things in it. The checks are going to start arriving today. New Yorkers should start receiving the checks today, and many of them will get them this week. We promised that. The Republicans blocked it. We said, put us in power, we'll get it done. The vaccination process is moving far more quickly than people imagined. And hopefully, as the president said, there'll be enough vaccines for everyone by May 1st, by July 4th. Maybe we're getting back to normal. Taking children out of poverty, half the kids in America out of poverty. That's a generations old dream. Getting the schools open quickly and safely. How did we do all this? Plus so much more. We had Democratic unity. I think, look, I have a diverse caucus from Bernie Sanders to Joe Manchin, and we have no margin for error with 50 votes. But every member of our caucus, to each of his or her credit, realized that we had to get this done. And not everyone would get everything they wanted. We tried to incorporate as many things as people wanted. But everyone realized that if you put in something that you really wanted, but it would push other people to vote no, we couldn't get it done. And I believe that kind of unity will continue. Look, this time we couldn't work with Republicans. We'd like to work with Republicans. But our number one goal is big, bold action. And we have to get that done. There's a moral imperative from the people. If we don't show people that government can work, which we began to do in a very real way this time, they could elect another demagogic person or even Trump. They want to see hope. They want to see government work. That's our economic, political, and moral obligation.
So, Leader Schumer, you mentioned how child poverty will be cut in half as a result of this package, and that's because, among many things, the child care tax credits. But they're not permanent. They will only be around for a year. Are you going to push to make them permanent?
Absolutely. That's one of the most important things we can do. We can change America if we make them permanent. Look, when a child is born into poverty, they don't get adequate nutrition. They don't get adequate health care. They don't get adequate housing. They don't get adequate education. And by the time they're 18, there's many steps behind. If we can eradicate child poverty, it will be so good for these kids, their families, but for all of America and our economy. It's a very important goal. We want to make it permanent. I'll do everything I can to make it permanent.
Leader Schumer, in today's New York Times, there's a story among all the things in that COVID relief package. One of the surprises was $2.75 billion for private schools. Funding for private schools that you pushed into the bill. Why do private schools need funding? Federal funding, that is.
Well, look, let me just say first, the public schools come first. This package has more money than the first two packages put together, $160 billion. But look, kids in private schools, especially minority kids, especially poor kids, and there's a provision in there that says that's where it's got to be aimed, public and private, are crisis, we shouldn't exclude them. Senator Kennedy had the wisdom during Katrina to say that private schools should get some help there as well. So it didn't take any money away from the public schools, but to help these kids, there's $125 billion for public schools, $2.75 billion for private schools. I think it was the right thing to do.
So, Leader Schumer, I listed off a litany of bills that are coming over from the House. A lot of reporting about infrastructure being the next big bill that's going to make its way from Congress to the president's desk. Is that what you see as the next big priority, infrastructure?
Well, it's one of the big priorities. I mean, we have three large, grand priorities as the Senate Democrats. One is climate. One is economic inequality and racial inequality, and the third is democracy. In that category, infrastructure, especially the way it can be structured in Build Back Better and in the Thrive agenda, deals with not only climate, which it does, but also large amounts of new jobs that infrastructure creates. And we want to train people who have never had these jobs before to have them. They're good paying jobs and can put them in a good path for decades to come. And there is also racial equality. We say that we should make sure that minority communities that have been left out, come first. We've done that with the vaccines. We've done that with education. We've done that across the board. It's a recognition of this by this party that minority communities of color have been left out, and we have to move them to the top of the list, not to the bottom of the list, not to remain at the bottom of the list.
Right. Leader Schumer, let me get you on the issue of the filibuster and whether it should stay or go. Have a listen to what Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell had to say on that score.
It should not be changed. Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema made it clear they do not favor changing it. And we're counting on them to stand up for the institution. The status quo on this issue is exactly where we ought to be.
Leader Schumer, do you agree with your Republican colleague, Leader McConnell, on that score?
Let me say this first. When he wanted to change the filibuster for the Supreme Court, he did like that. So you can't just say, oh, I'll do it for the things I want. But we need big, bold change, Jonathan. That's what America needs. The kind of change we began to do in the ARP, the American Rescue Plan, has to continue in the many ways that it has, and in many other ways, infrastructure, democracy, things that we've talked about a little bit here, child poverty. We would like to work with our Republican colleagues to bring that big, bold change. No question about it. That's our preference, and we will try. But if we can't, if they vote no on everything in terms of the kinds of change that America needs, then our caucus will have to get together and figure out how to get it done. Everything will be on the table, and failure is not an option. We cannot turn away from the big, bold change that is needed.
Right. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank all of you out there.
Thank you as always.
Thanks to at home.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for letting us into your homes during these extraordinary times.